Hey Maverick. Well, we're back home. We've been picking blueberries all day, and we had two bucketfuls of blueberries, and I ate a whole nother bucket full. And then I've got a bowl full of blueberries right here with me, and I've got a book I want to read to you called Blueberries for Sal. This will be blueberries for Maverick, I guess, huh? So, okay, I'll get started. Okay, Maverick. Well, this is Blueberries for Sal. I'm going to turn the page, and you should have the book. I'm going to send this book to you so you can read along with me, or your mom and daddy can read it with you. And I got a bowl of blueberries right here, and I'm going to eat some right here. There we go. Oh, good. Look at there. There's Sal, and him and his mama. They're in the kitchen. Can you see him? And he's got the mixer beaters. I think he's licking them. And she's making blueberry preserves. That's what she's doing. She's canning them for storing them for later. So this is Blueberries for Sal. One day, little Sal went with her mother to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. Little Sal brought along her little tin pail, and her mother brought her large tin pail to put berries in, and we'll take our berries home and can them, said her mother. Ask your mama what canning means. Then we will have food for the winter. See 'em? Little Sal picked 3 berries, and she dropped them in her little tin pail. Kaplunk, kaplink, kaplink. And then she picked 3 more berries and ate them, which is what I did. And then she picked some more berries, and she dropped one in the pail, kaplunk, and the rest of them she ate. And little Sal ate all 4 blueberries out of her pail, so she didn't have any in her pail anymore. She ate them all. Her mother walked slowly through the bushes, picking blueberries as she went, putting them in her pail. Little Sal struggled along behind, picking blueberries and eating every one of them. Little Sal hurried ahead, dropped a blueberry in her mother's pail, and it didn't sound kaplink because the bottom of the pail was already full of berries. She reached down inside to get her berry back. Well, she really didn't mean to. She pulled out a big old handful, and because there were so many blueberries right up close to the ones she had put in. So now she's getting the blueberries out of her mama's bucket. Her mother stopped picking and said, "Now, Sal, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to take her berries home and can them for next winter." So her mother went back to her picking, but little Sal, because her feet were tired of standing and walking, sat right in the middle of a big old clump of bushes and ate blueberries. And that sounds like a fine thing for me to do. I'm going to eat some more blueberries right here because I've got them. And I've been eating them all day, and they're really good. Little bear. They're bears? Where'd they get bears? Oh, I skipped a page. Let's go back a page. On the other side of Blueberry Hill, Little Bear came with his mother to eat blueberries. Little Bear, she said, eat lots of berries and grow big and fat. We must store up food for the long, cold winter. That's what I've been doing. Little Bear followed behind his mother as she walked slowly through the bushes, eating berries. Little Bear stopped now and then to eat the berries, and then she had to hustle along to catch up. Well, this looks like fun, doesn't it? Because his feet were tired of hustling, he picked out a big old clump of bushes, sat right down in the middle of them, and ate blueberries, just like Sal was doing. Over on the other side of the hill, little Sal ate all the berries that she could reach from where she was sitting, and then she started out to find her mother. But it was a mother crow and her children, and they stopped eating berries and flew away, saying, "Caw, caw, caw." Then she heard another noise in the bushes, and thought, that is surely my mother, and I will go that way. I skipped a page. I'll have to go back and start over. Here's the page. She heard a noise from around a rock and thought, that is my mother walking along. See her there? She's looking around that rock. Now then. She goes around the other side of the rock and said, but it was Mother Crow and her children. And they stopped eating berries and flew away, saying, caw, caw, caw. And then she heard another noise on the bushes and thought, that is surely my mother, and I will go that way. But it was Little Bear's mother instead. And she was tramping along eating berries and thinking about storing up food for the winter. And little Sal tramped right along behind her. Look, she's following that bear. That's what a silly thing to do. By this time, Little Bear had eaten all of his berries and that he could reach without moving from his clump of bushes, and then he hustled off to catch up with his mother. He hunted and hunted, but his mother was nowhere to be seen. He heard a noise from over the stump and thought, that's my mother walking along. So there he goes. He gets up on stump and says, but it was a mother partridge and her children. Partridge is a bird. And they stopped eating berries and they ran away. And then he heard the noise in the bushes and thought, well, that's surely my mother. I'll go that way. So there, it was Little Sal's mother instead. She was walking along picking berries and thinking about canning them for next winter, and Little Bear hustled right along behind her. So now Little Bear and Little Sal's mother and Little Sal and Little Bear's mother, they were all mixed up with each other among the blueberries on Blueberry Hill. That's where we were today, is Blueberry Hill. We went to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. So there goes Sal and the bear, and there goes the Little Bear and Sal's mother. They're silly. Little Bear's mother heard Sal walking along behind it and thought it was Little Bear. And she said, Little Bear, crunch, crunch, crunch. Eat all you can possibly hold. Swallow. Little Sal said nothing. She picked up 3 berries and dropped them kaplink, kaplunk, kaplunk in her little tin pail. Little Bear's mother turned around to see what on earth could make a noise like kaplunk. "Oomph!" she cried, choking on a mouthful of berries. "This is not my child. Where is the little bear?" She took one good look and backed away. She was old enough to be shy of people, and even a very small person like Little Sal. And then she turned around and walked off very fast to hunt for Little Bear. Look at her face. Little Sal's mother heard Little Bear trampling along behind her. Thought it was Little Sal. She kept right on picking and thinking about canning blueberries for next winter. Little Bear padded up and peeked into her pail. Of course, he only wanted to taste a few of what was inside, but there were so many, and they were so close together that he tasted a big old mouthful by mistake. And now, Sal, said Little Sal's mother, without turning around, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to can these for next winter. Little Bear tasted another tremendous mouthful and almost spilled the entire pail of blueberries. I need some more blueberries. That's making me hungry. Oh. Little Sal's mother turned around and gasped, "My goodness, you're not Little Sal. Where's my child?" Little Bear just sat munching, swallowing and licking his lips. Little Sal's mother slowly backed away. She was old enough to be shy of bears, even very small bears like Little Bear. And she turned around, walked away quickly to look for Little Sal. Look at her. She hadn't gone very far before she heard kaplink, kaplunk, kaplunk. She knew just what made that kind of noise. Little Bear's mother had not hunted very long before she heard a hustling sound that stopped now and then to munch and swallow, and she knew just what made that kind of noise. There she found her. Little Bear and his mother went home down one side of Blueberry Hill, eating blueberries all the way and full of food stored up for next winter. And little Sal and her mother went down the other side of Blueberry Hill, picking berries all the way, and drove home with food to can for next winter, whole pail full of blueberries, and 3 more besides. So then they got home, and Sal's mother canned all those blueberries. She puts them in jars and stores them for the winter. And that's the end. Well, there you go. That was Blueberries for Sal. So I'm done reading. And now I gotta eat a bunch of blueberries. I'm gonna send you some blueberries, Maverick, so you can eat it while you watch this.